Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Build, the Tavern Edition. Today we're going to be working on the part 2 to our awesome medieval tavern. I'm your host, Dr. Oddfellow, as always. I've gotten a lot done on the resource pack. As you can see behind me, things are looking pretty cool. I'm so inspired by those birch trapdoors that now bleed together because of the cool texture pack. That's the lunar texture pack that I'm working on. Very cool. And oh, by the way, quick preface. I did not make any of the assets for those texture packs. I'm just putting them together as a texture pack, literally, just a pack of textures. And it's my own custom thing, but boy, it looks nice. I'm so excited to use it some more. Did a whole bunch of adjustments, and I couldn't stop myself after the last video. I kept going for a little bit. I made a few more tweaks and tricks here and there, and now that everything's working well, I'll give you a quick look at what I've done and what are my ideas for what's coming up, and then we're gonna get right onto the build. Okay, so let's go. All right, so first things first, we're going to have some pumpkins. Yes, I love these pumpkins. They're so golden, golden orange. But here we go. This is a few minor changes that actually I think are really cool, and they actually work really well for this build. And I'm really hoping to keep using these in the future. And it's all about this idea of curvature and dimensions. So like I said before, the really cool thing about thick, one block, half block, tiny quarter block thinness, and then it comes back out, creates a really nice, I don't know how you call, I know what you call it, just a nice smooth transition. It's just 3 blocks, but it feels so detailed and gradual. I really love it. And so I'm going to be trying to do a lot more of that. And another technique I try to use is right here. I do use signs every now and then, but I had kind of stopped for a long time in favor of trapdoors. But just like how whole log is a full block, trapdoors are kind of a full block too. They cover up the entire area. And when you want just a little bit of edging detail, this actually kind of works. A little edge right there. I like that. Very nice. And so I went ahead and went back and redid the outside a little bit, adding some more signs. I think it's nice, gives a little bit more extra detail. This is still very squarish, very rectangular, and I'm still up in the air if I want to cut off a whole level and just move everything back by a bit. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna keep thinking about that, thinking, but who knows? We'll see. Second thing I did, put in some beautiful lanterns. If you can't tell, boy, those are pretty. Mm-hmm. Move them all the way around the outside so you can kind of think about what it's going to look like at nighttime. Ooh, that's going to look so pretty. You may have noticed up here too, I added this. I tweaked it up, moved it around a little bit. I really want to throw myself at the problem. So after I had my supper and got around and started thinking about it and trying to see if I could find some way to fix it up and clean it up. And I do have something I want to try. Let me know down in the comments. Does that look good? Does that look good? Does that feel better? Because that would kind of connect them. It would make it feel like they're not floating in the air as much. But I feel like that's a little bit more of a hard curve, and it kind of works better. And then, of course, we could do this. If we ever wanted to, we could do that. But I felt like that was a little bit too shallow. It didn't feel thick enough. So you let me know in the comments which one do you think is the best. Personally, I think I'm probably just going to end up keeping that. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I can, where did I put my fence pieces? There we go. Oh, that's right. Can't do that. Never mind. Oh, maybe I could. For decoration? Actually, doesn't look so bad. 1 second. Let me try something. Beep, 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 beep. Let's see if this looks better. What do you think? Left or right? I kind of like the left one best. It's a little bit more plain. I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. I don't know. Thoughts? I'll come back to it later. We'll see. So, anyways, today we're going to be working on the large interior / kitchen cooking area. Oh, by the way, very cool. If you ever need an off-centered pillar, that's something you can do. Haha. Isn't that cool? Those are trapdoors on either side, flipped up. So if you need an even centered pillar, there you go. That's a trick you can use. I like that. Very cool. All right, so that's this whole side. Now let's go take a quick peek inside because I did a few adjustments. I don't know if I really like them, but I'm not sure if I really like them this way, but it's kind of how it has to be at the moment. Unless you can, of course, if you think of something better, just let me know. But I changed these up. Originally, it was like this, pop, And I really like those. I still like those, but then when you activate this, it pops it down. So what do you do? So I did signs now. I switched it out for signs. You can tell me what you think. I don't think it's nearly as good, but I don't know. If you think about it, it still kind of works. We kind of got the look there. Hey, how's it going? Hello. It's still the right height and all that. So I don't know. Maybe it works. I don't know. Very cool. Here's your campfire. Your nice big. I keep wanting to say oven for some reason. Your great big grand fireplace. I got to think of some cool detailing or something I can put over the top of that, make it more detailed. Still looking awesome. Light still streaming in. Very beautiful, just like it was last time. Click, click, and that'll be our way outside. I haven't finished it yet. Bing, bang, boom. Actually, it's supposed to be that. And so that was what we worked on last time. I still haven't worked on the auto farm in the back, our cooking farm / maybe auto cooking area. But I did want to do something really cool. Behold, I don't know if we want to have something crazy going on. I put hay bales and campfires on this side. And so from a distance, ta-da! Well, I don't know if you can see it from there. Let's try this. Look at that. Nice. Beautiful plume of smoke. Lovely. Just lovely. And it's also a very interesting problem because a lot of people say, well, how are you supposed to do a campfire for your chimney? Because otherwise it'll be odd. A campfire is a single block. That makes the whole build odd, which means you have a 3-wide chimney going all the way around it, like this. Or you have to find some way to kind of push stuff up around it. So some people use signs, and most people use trapdoors, and it'll be like this little trapdoor bowl around it, and that doesn't really look like a chimney. And so this is a little bit big, and so I agree, a bit big, but it is an even look. But it was able to put campfires on this side, campfires on that side, and still have the whole, have smoke coming up, and still have the ability to jump down into it. Do I advise this? Absolutely not. But if for some reason you want to do like a hijacking or a heist, you just drop some water down here. It would put out the fires. And you can jump down and go on your merry way. So I don't know. Maybe it's an interesting idea. I thought it was kind of cool to have a working chimney that it actually puts up smoke and it's also hollow. So blah 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 blah. There you go. I thought it was an interesting thought. Okay, excellent. We could work on the upstairs a little bit. I'm not sure. Just take a quick peek. This is why we did yesterday after we left. After we ended the last video, still need to clean up that area. I threw in this little desk just for an idea, kind of give myself a little idea about where we were going with measurements and stuff. Still think we should probably put the bed right here, but we don't have to. Could always put the bed right here. Could always move the bed out by one and then build up this area so that there's more stuff back there. Not 100% sure about what we're going to do with this yet. I do like this though. I do like this. I don't want to say crest, but this feeling up here makes me want to either put a painting over it, which would be cool, or I don't know, shape it somehow. I want to shape it or something. I really like how it looks up there, and if it has to just be that, I mean, I guess it's fine, but it would be cool to do something with that. One interesting thing real quick. Yeah. I just don't really like that because if you put something on that and name the item, like for instance, like say the Golden Loach or something, it will light up, and so when you go to the outside, you can have a little innkeeper's spot. Let me see if there's a good spot for it. I could always do that. Actually, it would kind of be the best of both worlds. And so last time when I did this, and I might use something completely different. Ooh, I don't like that beacon though. I'm going to have to change that. What am I doing? Beacon. Beehive. Last time I took a beehive, I took a chain, and pow. Pow. And then I did this. And that was our innkeeper, our ensign, our sign for our setup. Now, is it the best? Absolutely not. I don't think so. Is there a way to do it better? Possibly. Another possibility that I tried a while back was I tried something like that. The problem with that is clearly it's not touching. So what to do? What to do? I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to keep working on it. I like the idea of there being a tavern sign. You kind of have to have a tavern sign for a tavern. You know how it goes. You gotta have a tavern sign. So we're gonna think about it, and I'll figure it out. Anyway, so yeah, that's where we are. Behold. I hope you like it thus far. Those are all the tweaks and additions I had made. Oh yeah, I almost forgot this. Tell me if you like this. Behold. Um, the outside, I like that, but on this side, it's going to have all those library books, which not terrible, and you can kind of ignore it. But at the same time, I thought this might also look kind of nice too. Kind of makes it like kind of like a more powerful balustrade or something like that. And this much distance. I mean, going look here. This is all you can see. This is all you can see. I mean, you can see more, but since this is going to be at ground level, pretty much everything you see is going to be up here. So if you go up here and look around, you're basically going to see everything anyways. So I don't know. You're only one block off the ground. So I don't know. It doesn't really feel like something to walk down to. So I thought this worked. I thought it adds more detail, more dimension. I switched this up. Instead of using the old design from the other one, I made it a little bit smaller, made it kind of into a love seat. So you should have room to fit you and your GF, if you will. Badoom. It should have plenty of room for the two of you on either side, so that would mean that roughly 4 people, and then everyone else can just stand, can be out here at any given point. Then you have all this nice, strong railing that now it works when it's like that, because last time I had it set up that these would be doing that. This is what it looked like before. Actually, that doesn't look so bad either. Ooh. Oh, and I know just where to put that, too. Just a second. Beep. Don't let me forget that. Okay, so that's how it was. Boom, boom, boom. This is how it is. And now you have a little spot to put something. Oh, like a potted plant. Let's put our potted plant up there. Really quickly. Beep, beep. Don't have to put any lanterns because this place is well lit. If it's not that, it's that. It's nice and warm and cozy. What flower should we choose from this? My personal love is allium, but azure might be good too, or the cornflower. I mean, that's pretty and traditional. This is just a single flower. Not bad, but kind of doesn't really feel like a outdoorsy potted flower. Let's try the allium, my personal favorite. I'm a big lilac guy and hyacinth guy. So that's really pink, though. I don't know if it clashes. Kind of like the azure. But it's good to have choices, maybe. There we go. It's fine. It's fine. We'll leave it like that for now. Behold. Okay, excellent. If that's everything, without further ado. Oh, I'm not sure if did I put that in the last episode? I think this might have been new too. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. The other version, the other version of the tavern had this, and I'm not 100% positive I want to keep it in. I mean, it kind of looks okay. I do not like how it does this, and there's only so much you can really do when, it does stuff like that. Oh, just a second, though. Ooh. Kind of still the same problem. I don't know. It's just so thick. And there's so little space, and you have to be very careful of managing that space. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. I might keep it. I might not. This feels a little. These logs make it feel a little bit too powerful, like just really rough. And I don't want it to feel too powerful. But then again, it does kind of slope down for the door, which is nice. Which solves another problem I was having elsewhere. I don't know. It's a thought. It's a thought. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, no worries. So anyways, the main tower, I'm going to work on that later. Right now, let's go ahead and get started on the kitchen. So the kitchen is going to come out, let's say, here for now, and then we're going to do some measurements. It's probably going to have to be an even build. I prefer even. Now, the other tavern had it that the tower and the kitchen spot basically just went right into each other. So we can still do that, but it caused the tower to be super thick, so wide that, I mean, there was nothing to stick in it. I was just thinking, like, okay, that's why I even created the spiral staircase in the first place. I was just like, what am I supposed to do with all this space? So we can do that, but especially if the whole build is going to be technically smaller in a way. Because you know what's funny? Is the more I look at this thing, I think it's going to be a lot bigger, which is hilarious because the other one was supposed to be the small, smaller, and this is supposed to be even smaller than that. But now, yeah, I really don't know. It might end up just being bigger. I just love the old one so much. It was so pretty. Had the look. I was so proud of myself when I got done. I couldn't believe it. I was like, just look at that. It was so pretty. But yeah, there's so many small problems with it. Small problems. I feel like it's going to look so much. But yeah, I use so much brick. Because I remember thinking, I'm going to use brick. I'm going to use a whole bunch of brick. And I did. And that interweaving of the brick and the wood really, really works. In fact, it works so well. It makes me think. It just makes me think. I'm not going to undo a bunch of stuff, but this one was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11. Okay. 11, because that's going to have to be shorter because we're not doing the same height as before, the same length as before. 11 across will be fine for now. Those two big windows versus what I've got now. What was this actually? 14. Okay, so 11, 14. 11 across over here. Quick grab real quick. Bang. Boom. 13. 11. Over here, 14. Let's see what you got. Pop. All right, so it's 2 blocks smaller. Actually, that would make complete sense because it's a 2 wide door, and these are now 1 wide windows. So adding an extra 1, 2 would make them 2 wide windows, which would be exactly what it was. So that actually works. It has a narrow profile, and I kind of like it because the other one was just felt a little bit too big on its patio. This feels like just the right size. 1 block, and it's not even 1 block. It's 1.5 blocks of distance to your love seat. Just sit right there. That's perfect right there. I like that. So yeah, I like this. It's smaller, it's narrower, but it's also good. I like it. It works. Now up here, I was going to try. How am I going to do that? Because we want to have room for people to walk around. I guess you can look out like this. You can even walk around it if you really had to. But this is going to be a big building right there, so there's not going to be anything to see anyways. And on this side, I mean, it's okay. It doesn't matter if you have to, because it's a bench, not some like big throne or something. It's not like it's blocking too much view. I mean, that's pretty. Now, is this area up here going to be strictly for hanging around? Do we want to have any a farm or something up here? It is a survival house, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to, slide too many farms in here. Although the old meeting room, it actually might be okay. Real quick idea. Something I didn't show you when I was in the other house. Just a second. Real quick. My original idea, because this goes back to Mythical Sausage's idea, was to put a meeting room right here. And then, because, survival house for your guild or something, this would be your meeting room slash, chatting room, set it all up, your round table of sorts. You'd be sitting here, you're going, hey, we should be totally doing this, hey, we should totally attack these guys, blah, blah, blah. Actually, this is probably move forward one, but, and then up here would be your big map wall. And so up there you'd have, I didn't put chains in there. Huh, that's interesting. I forgot that. There'd be your big map wall, and you put maps all over that. So when you're in here, you'll be able to look up from any direction in the room and be like, oh, yeah, so we should totally do that. But it's kind of stuffy. It's kind of a small room, and it's so open. Nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with being open. But, it doesn't really quite feel right. But if these windows were increased and were lengthened, this could be an interesting little greenhouse, and that might be really pretty. I don't know. So that might be an interesting idea. If I took this, which is a sort of a meeting room, and sent it up here, and this became the meeting room slash hall slash whatever, and we take away some of those windows and turn them into sort of like trophy areas, or up here, instead of having the green, put trophy stuff. Or this could be the greenhouse up on the top of the tower. If you want to do that. Let's see. And the top of the tower is our greenhouse. I'm not sure. Wow, I don't know, maybe my eyes just spaced, but just looking at that, suddenly it's like, good gravy. Hey, it's crazy. Also, by the way, those glow squid sacks are under the castle. What in the world? Those glow squid sacks are under the castle. I haven't been keeping them in my pen. You cannot saddle up a squid. Now, that would be interesting. But anyways, no. It's a central keep. First floor, second floor. First floor for function, second floor for possibly function. Side attachment, bottom attachment is kitchen, upper attachment, greenhouse. Greenhouse because of its size and it's odd. I forget the tower's odd too. Now the tower's odd too, so it could totally be up there. And I'll use a water elevator to get up there so there'll be more room for it. It makes sense to have a meeting room high up in the tower, but then again, the little side attachment isn't that bad either. I like the idea of having an indoor greenhouse though. Higher though, because upstairs we'd have so much more space. I don't know. Well, we're a long ways from that, but especially if I make this taller, for the new house, then we'd have a higher ceiling. It might feel nice as a greenhouse. We have little arches and stuff. Maybe even a little beekeeping area. Bees in the house? Now that's just ridiculous. All right, so let's go ahead and take a peek over here. This is something to keep in mind. This design should just go nice and straight all the way over to here. And I'll modify that as needed. Let's see. I'll probably be moving the workshop area indoors for the sake of getting at my items. This I like. I'll probably keep it. So let's go ahead and get our tools. We'll need this, 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 this. Little of this. And something else that I can't remember. Oh wait, oh that's all right. No worries. This will keep it. This will tie this. Oh wait a minute, just a second. Grab that. Gotta have polish andesite. All right, so here we are. Ba-da-ba-da-dum. 3. Boom, boom. 3. Boom, boom. Now, boom, 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 boom. All right, so our first log tower could be here, there, there. Now, we are not recreating it, we are improving it. Now, this is getting to me a little bit. It's kind of tight. It's not bad. In medieval ages, you'd have something like that. And it's already got its overhang to keep yourself dry when you're knocking, let me in, shelter from the storm. So this is all good, but it's this wall. Is it too far out? Should the whole thing be moved back? If I moved it back, like that. See, now that opens it up just a little bit more. But does it make, because it's going to make this entire tower attachment and everything connected to it smaller? It's supposed to be... Interesting. All right, so let's try this then. If that's 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Pop, 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 pop. So that should be bang, boom, 12. Drat. Just a second. All right. So we now have 11 by 11 by 11, a perfect square. Now that's going to look nice, and then partway over, we can start bringing it out some more, like that. And that will lead to the main tower. There'll be kind of an edge, and then there'll be the main tower after that. So this is going to come out way over here, and that's going to be the main tower. Smaller, definitely smaller. Because see, shrinking the main tavern and increasing the tower from Mythical Sausage's build was sort of a big question mark for me. But yeah, I don't know about this. Increasing the tavern and shrinking the tower, because the tower was where all the space was supposed to be in the operations center. Because it was supposed to be, you walk in and say, do I want to go up to my living quarters? Do I want to go right to the social area? Or do I want to go left to where all the work is happening? All the cooking, all the enchanting, all the work, smithing, making some new stuff. It's all over there. Here is social and maybe food. Here is, or like, a quick snack, grab some stuff. Up here goes to the living quarters. So the idea would be you come up, turn right, and now you're in your area because you're in a survival house. So you'd have all your trophies, you'd have stuff on the walls, you'd have, armor stands, you'd have the whole kit and caboodle right up here, and it's all your sort of social, personal area. Of course, the problem with that is that turns this into a non-social area now. This turns it into sort of your private area. I guess we could always say that it's just sort of a, I don't want to say hodgepodge, but it's not exactly private. I don't know if I like that. I kind of liked... I really don't know if I like that. I like the idea of being able to walk around it and get somewhere. Maybe this shouldn't even be your bedroom. But if it's not a bedroom, then what is it? Enchanting brewery? Second floor was supposed to be your living quarters. This is going to be a long video, friends. Buckle in. Let's see. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out later. We'll figure it out. Alright, so let's go ahead and build all this up. Set stone bricks. You gotta have world edit. It's a mandatory must for a builder. Alright, let's see. Do we like it that way or do we like it this way? What did I do before? It's kind of good both ways. Let's do this because it puts an edge on the ground, and so that looks like a firm foundation. And that kind of opens it a little bit. No, don't like that. Don't like that. Solid is fine. That'll work. Alright, now, $1,000,000 question. Last time, I had this be where the job board was, and I thought I was a clever fellow and that it was a stroke of genius. I love this, and I'll probably put it over the trapdoor instead of having it the way it is now. I mean, the job board. It's cool. I like it. The job board. The chains are kind of a little overkill. Is there any way to make this better? If there is, I can't think of it. Unless the job board is not hanging, it's standing. I like the chains. If it's not hanging, and it's just standing. I guess it doesn't have to be a really big job board. And the reason I put that job board there is because there was supposed to be, that's the kitchen, and that's where all the windows over here, and that's where all the workplace stuff is. But that could be where windows were. And facing the street and all that, it would make sense that that's where the windows would be. At least one window. If we had an arch here, and a window there, and a window there for the kitchen, and the job board is cut in half and shrunk to this size, and then the chains are going here, here, and here, instead of there and there, then maybe it'd make it feel like it's a smaller job board and it's not as intrusive. So let's go ahead and bing boom. Got all of my stuff. Excellent. Boom, let's go. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna need some slabs. Oh wait. Oh yeah. And I don't think I'll use those other ones. We'll use this. All right, so now floor and interior. Okay. Bing. Boom. Set cobblestone. Now, from here, we have a window. Like that. And that will not have a window because it's the important functional side of the kitchen. And it's top secret. There we go. And that's a big window. That's a honkin' size window. Traditionally, they did not have very big windows in medieval times because it was hard to paper them over. And glass was in short supply, and if you're using like wooden stuff, it wasn't stable. And it kind of mismatches the build. Well, what happens if I fill this in? Well, then the whole thing's going to be off. No. I hate it when this happens. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Let's keep working. Bang, bang, boom, boom. I don't like it. I don't like it. But I think I can live with it. Just a second. Got that. Got slabs. Come on, give me some slabs. Give me a slab. There we go. Alright, so let's say he's going to be... this is kind of the same problem we just had. Bang, bang, boom, boom. Perfect. Bang, boom, boom. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. There we go. Lovely. Oh, funny thing though. Well, actually with the chains there, it probably wouldn't be a problem. So if we did chains here, ching, 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 ching. That actually might work just fine. Perfect. So let's go. And then. Oh yeah, remember this is the hardest part of the last time I did this. Bang, bang. Yeah. There we go. A lovely, smooth, beautiful job board. Still feels big though. Still feels massive. But I can't move the chains in any closer. So I shrink this. But now it doesn't look right. Alright, let's see. Maybe there's some way I can detail the top. There we go. Well, that's okay, I suppose. That's not so bad. Oh, my system! My system! The new design! Ta-da! Hmm. I don't know about that. Guess it does bring out the panes a bit. But yeah, I don't know about that bottom, though. Well, I guess I could work, but boy, that's starting to look a little bit too solid. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. It's so hard. Oh, wait. Oh. Ah. Oh. That could work. Maybe. Please. Drat. Why you have to be like that? Oh, well, wait a minute. If that's going to be like that, then if I'm going to go with my original design, this whole area would have to be logged. Does that look good? Hmm. That doesn't look terrible, but it's starting to transform it a little bit, maybe too far. I don't like that. I don't think I like that. Let's try beehives. Beehives, please. Thank you. I do love the beehives, but I don't know about that because the other ones were woven in to the woodwork. That's just sitting there looking at me, asking questions. Hmm. It's not bad. It's not bad. And, in fact, the fact of the matter is, I could just do something like this. Go crazy. And that's a really unique looking design. How much room do I have over here to work with? Because if I have enough, so I always like essentially make a copy of this. Let's see. There we go. And here we go. How hard are you going to be to find stone bricks? Oh! Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so obviously that's not going to work. Oh. Huh. Actually, that might do it. Now it's even bigger. But maybe it's okay if it's so big. Look at that, because it goes right up, and then you got your edges again. See that nice little mini edge right in there? Isn't that pretty? It's all thanks to Mr. Wall. Interesting idea. I think I'll try that instead. Which means I have to do another one of these. Alright, so bing, bang, boom, boom. Trapdoors, give me my trapdoors, my favorite all-inspiring superpower, ooper duper trapdoors. There we go. All right, excellent. Excellent. Again, I don't know why. I just like thoughts of Hogwarts are going through my mind. I don't know. I don't know. There we go. So now it's going to go like that. Now, $1 million question. How big is this kitchen? Is there a dining table in it? And how do we get in? What's in it? Because like auto cookers make sense to have in a kitchen, because cooking. But then that means, because I like the idea of the auto cooker over here, but I was trying to go through the math, if metaphorical, the metaphorical math the other day of how it would work. Not impossible, a little bit odd. I'm not sure if I can fit it in there properly, in a useful, reasonable way that's actually going to be able to hold all the meat that we're going to be storing in there. So I don't know. I like it. I would like it if this was functional. I think that would be really cool if the grand fireplace was also functional. But yeah, I can't be 100% positive it can be functional. Oh, doing this would mean that people can't get down. You'd be stuck up there all day just roasting on that chain. Ha! A fitting torture. That's what they deserve. Okay, huh. Yeah, it's been a long time. Let me see what the chain, this looks like. Oh. People use this in their build sometimes. I always thought it looks a little bit... I mean, I like the detail. I do like the detail. I will say that. The detail's pretty. But it covers up so much of the fire. But this is kind of a little bit too raw. It's just like, look, fire right there. Boom. This is more like, behold, welcoming tavern. Okay, fine. We can leave it for now. We'll see. Okay, if you know anything about axolotls, you'll know that they're kind of a salamandery creature, and that's exactly what a loach is kind of like, except that it's a fish. And so, who knows? Because I was originally going to call this tavern the Golden Loach, but I don't know. We'll see. That kind of looks like a little bit like an axolotl face up there. That's fun. Okay. All right. That's probably good for now. We'll come back if I get some more ideas on that. So, behold. So you're going to walk in. Hello. Go up. Go right. Go left. So this is going to have to feel archy. Let's try that. That. It's not going to be a very big arch. So either it has to be a big arch or two tiny arches that are so small they barely even feel like arches. So let's have one big arch. Boom. Or split the difference. Ah. Like that. Come in, go left, go right. And we're going to do work our magic. Grab the tools of the trade. There we go. Now, how do we archify this? Let's see. Higher? I think we got on the first try. That's a pretty good arch. We don't want it too high. Let's see. Bring him over so he connects. Arch. So they connect. I don't know. That's starting to feel a little bit square now. If he's coming over, well, that would be a level higher anyways. Like right there. which I mean, if we're not doing it for the one, we might as well not do it for the other. But But if we are doing this with the beehives, this crazy beehive business, and hypothetically we had our beehive shaped a little bit like that, cautionary tale about giving me beehives. I love beehives. Alright, let's do this with the lanterns real quick, see if we can warm this place up a little bit, because it's getting chilly and cold. Alright, that is way too low. It's like in your face. It's going to be blinding you every time you leave. So what to do, what to do? How about torches? Torches are usually meant for outside, but maybe we can make it work inside. Show you that you're going outside now. You know, caution, you're leaving this safe zone. Okay, so there we go. Badoom, over here. Oh, that's a little bit of a shame because you know what? If we had done this, you could have it that you just walk up into it. Well, maybe that wouldn't have looked as good as I thought. Yeah, okay, so it's fine the way it is. Although it would be kind of interesting to walk down into it. Something like that. I don't know. It's probably just fine the way it is. I would like to put in some detailing though. Let's see, what types of cobblestone do we have to play with? Mossy? Definitely I'm going to use some mossy cobblestone here and there. There's stuff I can do with that. Work area. Kitchen, kitchen, kitchen. What is a kitchen going to look like? A medieval kitchen. Dreamt up by a beehive-loving madman. Mad scientist. Yes. Quite. What are we going to do for that next top floor? Well, it's coming along. I do like that side of the build. I'll give it that. It's fine. It works. It's pretty. Let's do... Let's do this. Ching. And let's go over here. Just like that. So you come up to the tavern and say, oh, do I want to look at the job board? Do I want to go over there? Lovely dovely. It's just so hard to decide. Higher arches work just fine. I'm not sure I could stuff in there though, because it's starting to turn out a little bit open. If it gets to be too open, we're gonna have a different problem. Oh. But to be perfectly honest, there is nothing keeping us from doing this number. And then doing that. So you could come in and go, turn left, here's the kitchen, turn right, here's another room. And then it just keeps going on. So then this would be inaccurate. It would have to be increased, which would give us more room for the tower. And this is all going to be stone. Set stone brick. And pop, pop. Intervals, intervals. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Intervals of 4. With that one being an odd one out. Okay, so it is no longer a perfect square, but that wall fits with that wall, which now works very nicely. Okay, very nice. I'm definitely feeling kitchen vibes. Plenty of wall space, plenty of wall space. Plenty of work area next to a bunch of beautiful windows. Oh, I just noticed that. Oh my goodness, look at that. Doesn't that look nice? Just look at that. Time, set, day. Boom. Time, let's say, oh. Look at that. Such a pretty little pillar arch right there. That's toasty. No, I'm going to have to start using that on a bunch of builds. That is perfect. I love that little mini pillar. It's fun because people say, oh, there's only one type of pillar in Minecraft. Everything's blocks. Like, well, things are blocks, but things are also not blocks. Things can be little ledgy half blocks like that. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. All right, excellent. So let's get back to work. So that's been done. And that's just how tall our kitchen is going to be. So it's going to feel nice and massive. It kind of stands to reason there'd be another fireplace in here for cooking. But if there's going to be a fireplace in here for cooking, it'd probably be on one of these walls. If it's on one of those walls, it's going to need a place for the smokestack to go up. And this one doesn't have to be as real as the other one. We can easily just, use a kind of piping system. I don't want to have a whole nother chimney running around. It's going to be weird. So, what to do with the kitchen? Well, let's get it ready for the second floor. Well, yes. No, we have to do it. So let's try stairs. Oh, by the way, I got the rain problem. The rain problem is taken care of. The clouds have been thoroughly zipped shut. I have my train tickets. Excellent. Let's see. I guess we could use the polished andesite. Spruce. Oak. Let's try spruce slabs. Is this my... Oh, actually, you know what? I think I just got an idea for something. Let's see if this is pretty. Let's see if it's pretty. Four. Perfect. There we go. I don't know. Do we like that? Do we? I was going to put a candelabra in, but this is messed up now. Could always increase the size so it fits. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's build it real quick and see what it's going to look like, and then we can decide after that. So if I do this... I mean, it doesn't have to be like that. All right. I'm playing with some ideas. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna put a candelabra in here, which is what I'm up to. Because now that's, like I said, yeah, that's just so low. So low, and if it's up there, it's not going to be able to go in the same level as the hopper because those are in the way. If I don't throw all the work, then what's the point of having it there? Yeah, see how low that is? I mean, you can literally bump your head on it. If everything was a little bit taller, but it's not. Maybe it'd be better if we did lantern ledges like this. Maybe the oven should be like right there. Let's look at blackstone real quick. Or cobble deep slate. Let's do the deep slate bricks. There, 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 and there. And we're gonna go bang, 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 bang. There, oops, there we go. There we go. That's nice. And let's go ahead and get ourselves some campfires. Soul fire campfires. Just because we're nuts. There we go. I just think this is going to be too much, but there we go. Actually, you know what's hilarious? That's not actually all that bad. So let's get rid of all this crazy extra light. I like the hopper, but yeah, I just don't know. It's a little much. Do like the oven though. The oven kind of fits. So go in like this. Go right, go up, go left. Hello. New tavern. New kitchen. Lovely. Turn these into tables. Should be a long table probably. Let's do birch. It's been a while since I did birch. A hot minute. So let's do that. Oh, drat. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. They're gonna be rude, aren't they? I'm not even sure if I like it. Well, then what do I put back there? I mean, we could, you know, put the furnaces and the crafting tables and stuff. Well, here we go. Try this. Furnaces here. So it almost looks like they're connected. We have a lever. Like that. That's not so bad. Oh, yeah, arches are great. But I won't be able to do arches here and have it make sense because it's a tight corner like that. So it might be a better idea to just do one thing across and some slabs. Question is which kind? Do we want jungle slabs, petrified oak slabs, spruce slabs? Let's try oak or spruce. Probably oak. It is kind of the theme. Yeah. Versus spruce. Yeah, too dark. Too dark. We'll find another use for it. Okay, so that's been done. go. Perfect. Your kitchen. Simple, petite. Makes a bunch of sense. Perfection. I like it. I don't think it's mob proof right now. But we'll work on that. What do we put right here? Painting. Painting, obviously. Let's try painting. Oh, I don't think I put on the new paintings yet. Oh, I did. Oh, well, I haven't modified them yet. It's all the new paintings. There we go. Good enough. I don't know. Just think about something like, well, it's kind of like Nessie or a shipwreck. Oh, it's a shipwreck. That is a decaying whale. All right, so good place for a painting, right next to that hot fire. If we don't put a painting, what do we? Oh, I know what we do. Hang on, I know what we do. Let's go for. Oh, drat. It might work. If this works, it'd be so cool. Uh-oh. What's that activating? Drat. Seriously. That's what happens when you're in a tight build. Oh, that's terrible. That's dreadful. I literally need it right there. As long as no one ever touches it, ever, I think we'll be fine. But good grief, that stinks. Okay, let me see. 1 second. How do I do this? Where's my doop? And we go doop, 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 doop. And then we go doop, doop. I learned that trick somewhere. Oh, let's try chains. Chains. Give me chains. Much better. Chains. All right. Now that's a little bit much right there. And I know it can't, but it almost feels like you could conk your head on it. So let's shrink this. By 1. So it's a little bit more compartmentalized in there. It just comes right up to the oven like that. And I like it. But it's like it'd be better over here or something. Because that feels better. I'm not sure if I like it there, if it would be better up here, but then of course it'd be getting in the way just like it was over here. So having it over there kind of makes sense. Of course, then I run out on all that nice closet space. But this is semi-decorative anyways. So what to put here then? I mean, I guess I could just... I don't know, like that. And then chests. Barrels. Something like that. Okay. I mean, doesn't make me super duper happy, but it kind of is what it is. I mean, you know, the oven doesn't have to be there. I did kind of like the way when you can see it when you come in. It's 4 wide, so technically it could sneak its way right to there. I've put the oven there. I have the space right over there. Should we try that? See what it looks like? Alright, real quick, moving it over here. see what it looks like. A little bit tighter packed. Oops, sorry. Forgot that. So when we walk in, here's that, or here's that. Welcome to the kitchen. I really like it over there, but it makes better use of its space over there, I think. I have more room for stuff up there. I can even stick barrels and stuff in there. Hmm. Alright, it's good. It's good. We'll make the change. We'll make the swap. I kind of like it in the other place it was. Here it's being messed up with that. This, okay, you know what? They're the exact same size, but from this distance it makes it look smaller, so it kind of primes your brain to not think about it too much. And here it feels so much bigger because you're already so much closer to it. So okay, I think it's probably better off this way then. So let's do it. Okay, so pop, 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 pop. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention. It still rains a bunch, but it doesn't. But my setup's starting to fix it, so it prevents it from raining too much. So let me look at this. What's going on out here? What's going on out here? Yeah, we can't have that. We can't have that. So let's take that out. Put that back the way it was. And let's use like a crafting table setup. And of course, we're going to want those to be... Oh, drat, I won't be able to do it. Cauldron. Cauldron. Let's do it. Water. Okay, so far this is starting to look like a forge. I do not like that. This is supposed to be a very nice green and growing tavern. It needs some green and growing. How does one acquire such? I like the coziness of the fire. Maybe we should come back to this. Maybe come back to this. Because we can decorate this later. I mean, the main shape and design is already set up. Now it's just a question of decorating it. So yeah, why don't we ignore it for now? That all got built. So we are this much further. Alright. I should double check to see how long this video is getting. I get the feeling it's getting a little long. But just a little bit. Because that'd just be a 3 block wide. If the whole thing was extended by 1, it wouldn't be a problem, but I do like that extra space for the tower. Hmm. Because now it's going to beg the question, what is the second floor business going to be? Because now things are getting switched up. Because... Oh, but I kind of like that. Because, you know, if we made it so that you came up here and turned right, and it kind of gets kind of bedroomy, but then you come up here and turn left, and that leads to all this, and we create like a wall right here. Like that could be something. But what if we did that? We wouldn't have the thrill of walking around this awesome pillar. Questions, questions. It's just so hard sometimes. I guess we could put some lanterns over here while we're waiting, trying to get ideas. Lovely, lovely. Very pretty. I will say that. Despite all my complaining, it is a very pretty tavern. Arg, it be a pretty tavern. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I could try one of those like pops out of nowhere things. I have to go out a little ways. It's not going to work. I could try one right here. I don't know if it would work. And I've got nothing to put up there yet. So it would want to be brick. So let's try bricks. Let's try evenly distributed. Right about... That's no good. So one higher. There we go. Now, slightly off-centered is good. Let's see. And we're going to want this. We're going to want some of these. We're going to want some of this. Oh, fake. Fake! Fake. Oh, cheater, cheater. It's a fake window. And it's kind of a big fake window. I don't know if it might be a little bit too big. There we go. Okay, not terrible. I don't know. Do you like it? I don't know. Do you like it? I guess it's okay. There we go. Looking good. Looking good. Looking good. Sorry to have made you wait this long in the video before I mentioned this, but once I get this tavern done, I'm going to do a proper how-to build video, and we're going to rebuild the whole thing section by section in nauseating detail so that you can build it for yourself. If you've watched this video and you're building along with me, I mean, I've been changing a lot of stuff, so I don't want to irritate you or anything, but once we're done, I will be doing a proper build video, a how-to step-by-step with numbers and maps and things and bird's eye view. So um, if you were thinking about that and just thinking, man, I wish he'd really do that, I am going to do that. It's on the agenda. I just have to do it. And I'm working on it. First, you got to build the thing before you can know what you got. Because right now, what we're doing right now is research. We're doing sort of a research project trying to figure out how this works. Actually, if I did this, turn this into glowstone, what's our glowstone look like? Or shroom lights. Shroom lights might look really nice. Drat. Yeah, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Purely for decorational purposes. Ha! And no one's the wiser. Let's try fence. Let's try fences. That's a good trick. It's getting warmer. Warmer. Oops. Beehives. Beehives. Or maybe arches would look really nice in there. Let's try that real quick. Ooh. Ooh. Slab it up. Let's do it. Okay, so now we have our next big problem. So just have to move the whole thing down a bit. Hopefully it doesn't mess it up too much. Yeah, it's okay. I think those are kind of more for outside. They work. And now there's no place for lanterns. But it does look nice, doesn't it? Alright, so let's start bringing this side. Well, actually, real quick, let's go over here and see how this works. Because if I can get this all set up, then we're going to be in business. Alright, now if it's going to be like that, let me do this. Let's grab some brick. Let's try that again. Like that. And now make the whole thing come out. And then out one more time. Oh, I don't know if I like that. Maybe I can goof with it. Oh, no, no. No. No, no. Lame. Alright, what to do? If I go in there, it's gonna be too tight. If I go there, it's gonna have no way to come out. This is his problem is that on the other build, when I did this, I had one extra block because this whole door was pulled out by one, which would give me exactly enough distance to start doing the build right there. I could build it right here, and the whole thing would be moved out by one, so it would be lined up with this pillar. Drats! It's like the forces of the universe are demanding that I build a wall right there and have this be its own thing. But I don't want to do that. I mean, I'm a pretty clever guy. I could probably find some way to be super sneaky. Just don't want to do it. No. I don't even have the edge anyway, so what's the point? I can't come up high enough, so what's the point? Alright, I really like the window on the other one, but I am rapidly coming to the conclusion that there's nothing for it. And I'd be best served by... Oh, I can't even do that. Wow. I think my mouse is getting a little bit tired. I might need a new battery. Why, hello, good sir. Show me thy wares. What do you have to show me today? Drip leaf, I'd take that. Horn coral black, I'm not a big fan of yellow. Acacia wood, birchwood is abundance. Acacia, bucket of tropical fist, feet crystal. My axolotl. Which reminds me, I have to put an axolotl viewing area in here. Maybe in the greenhouse. Maybe it'd be a good spot for a baby axolotl. Alright. Oh! I don't know if I like it. But I guess there's nothing keeping me from doing this. Don't know if I like it, though. And this was supposed to stop here, but it's going to keep going. I don't know if I like that either. I don't like that I'm also getting so many of these double wide windows. Because, in case you didn't know, they're supposed to be single wide. That was supposed to be an exception. And only because of the way the other build went. Because it was supposed to be these would be odd and single, and everything would be scooted over a bit. Instead, here we are. Well, it's not like I can redo the entire roof and the... Well, I guess the upstairs one is different from the downstairs, but the upstairs' width is just perfect for that, and that's what I want. I like it that way, so... Gotta keep with what I've got. There we go. And grab that. Grab that. And grab that. So. Alright, fine. It's fine. I guess I shouldn't be making such a big fuss. Does annoy me a little bit. I could always do this. Maybe this will make it look better. Nah. Nah. That's so flat. Just go straight down. Boom. But it is pretty. I love that garden box. Partially that's just the shaders and the texture pack, but yeah, whatever. Okay, so now we're here of all places. I mean, now it's gone straight into here. I forced it to conform to my way of thinking. And now what? Oh, when in doubt. When in doubt. Bees! Alright. I'm probably not going to really use the bees there, but hey, it was a thought. Actually, just a thought. I had a thought. What if I did this, that, to begin the next level? If that works, that'd be a little bit on the silly side. Just a bit, though. Well, double arches is kind of silly. I don't even know why I would have them. They wouldn't be able to... Okay, now that's getting a little bit extreme. Which means it's gonna look like that. Don't know how I feel about that. But if I don't do it, what am I gonna have there? Because that would be a great way of getting to arch over just a wee bit. And get some one block of extra room on it. But because of where this little entryway window is right here, I have no way. I mean, that's got to be a smooth, solid wall. I can't do anything over it or it's going to cover it. What if I mean, like, what if I... Hey, another double wide windows. Just a second. I want to check out what I did over here. Because I remember it looked really nice. What did I do? Oh, they had double wide windows too. Huh. So all that brown makes it not seem as open and stuff. Okay. Well, there isn't a lot of imagination to that, really. Not like it's that fantastic. The leaves do break things up, though. I will say that. The leaves break it up. And break up over here, too. Oh, I kind of did. Oh, well, how do you like that? Even back here. Wow, that was big. My last window over there was huge. Well, to be fair, this other build, I mean, like, you know, Mythical Sausages was gigantic. It was like a Titanic ocean liner. But, yeah. Even now, this thing is just really big. And it's so funny because it didn't feel that big when I was building it. I was like, man, this thing is tiny in comparison. It's so compact. And it's still big. But yeah, I'll put this up there. That'll look really pretty. With trapdoor. Trapdoor over on the side with windows. That'll explain it. And then this will just... How about it just does get smaller? Or these sticking out. That might work. Let's do that. Alright, so put up some leaf boxes. Make it come inwards, not outwards. So it's not getting bigger, it's getting smaller. If anything, the tower should be getting bigger, not smaller. So let's go. Bang, bang, boom, 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 boom. Bang, bang, boom, 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 boom. He's got a leaf box. And here we go. Oh, one second while I re-grab my brain. And now, let's do this. It's not really covering up too much, is it, right? that. Okay. Okay. Alright, and now I have a very unique opportunity to flip everything on its head and go back to single windows. Arg. Oh. Which one's better? Which one's better? That's just a lot of brown. I kind of like it being broken up. It just sort of hangs there. This andesite doesn't really look like it fits. Alright, let's figure this out now. We want it like that and that. So, ta-da. And if you don't mind, very satisfying. A lot of white. A whole lot of white. Not that it doesn't make sense, because it, it does. But there's a whole lot of white in it. And that's... I mean, that looks okay, I think, right? Is it good? It's a so good. Okay. And if that's all like that, I mean, we do have the potential of doing something like that. Any good? There we go. There we go. Now we'll do... It'll have to be one higher, wouldn't it? Like that. Well, it definitely feels fancier. It almost feels a little Japanese. Like I can feel like this could come from like an anime or something. Coffee themed anime. Yes. Getting vibes. Just getting a few vibes. Just little vibes. Oh, ooh, wait a minute. Let's do andesite. Like that. Is that nice? And we get a little of that nice trim around the bottom. That's kind of pretty. Real quick, I don't think that's an essential block, so pop. There we go. Ta-da. Okay, so now we go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Again with this being one block. See, this is what happens. You make everything off. Just off. Oh yeah, I forgot that this was going to be the greenhouse room. You come over here and there'd be the greenhouse. But it looks so much nicer with the little single wides. I mean, it was okay before. It's not bad with 2. It's not bad with 2. Because if I move these logs together and merged them into one, and then made this a double wide, here we go. Fine, I gotta do it. There. Yeah, happy. Ugh. And it kind of looks better. Not the double wide. It's too big. But I will admit, it kind of looks better. And it's now in line. I kind of like that it was off-centered with the bottom. That also gets a little bit irritating. I kind of like that it was off-center because it's kind of like it's its own floor now, just built on top of the other one. It makes it feel a lot slimmer. But fine. Okay, fine. It does look better. Or does it? I guess it kind of looks better. Of course. Oh, wait. Oh. If anyone's been watching is going, "You idiot! You built it all one block low!" Ah! It's all one block low. I was thinking, like in the back of my head, I was like, boy, if only there was a place to put those beehives. But, why did I want to put those beehives in the first place? It's not like there's even any place to put them. And it's like, wait a minute. Why is there not a place to put them? There was a moment ago. It's like, oh, wait. Okay. So, terribly sorry about that. Boink. Everything up by 1. Which means now I can do those arches the way I wanted to do them. Actually, this fixes a whole bunch. It's all good. Which means these can be... And this can be... Oh, yeah, I guess it would be that now, wouldn't it? Alright, fine, we'll do this. It is actually starting to look a little bit too much like a cafe, but, I like cafes. It's alright. It is very cute. Oh, wait a minute. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. What am I doing? I got so carried away with that one that I completely forgot the main way I make these. That is how you do it, not that. Not to say that the other way isn't fun or pretty. Alright, again, the arches lose out. Okay, fine, I'll admit it. It's looking a lot better. It's very detailed and all that. I don't like that those upside down stairs for like the sort of, what do you call those? The supports. I don't like the way they look. Just saying. But everything else looks fine and a lot better. Even though it's double wide. Actually, that actually helps distract it a bit. Yeah, I like that. Isn't that called like an eave or something? Very pretty. Very nice. Excellent. Oh, that's going to bother me. Hello? Oh, that's weird. It's the way it's coded. Huh, interesting. Actually, it's fine just the way it is. It's all right. It's gonna bother me that this is even now. So now the job board is gonna be like, where's the job board sign? The job board is gonna be up some corner. Oh, just a second. There's my timer. Okay, everybody, this video is getting long. I think it's been a while, so I think I should at least pause. I might even start the third part right now, and then just like splice the two pieces together because I'm on a bit of a roll, and I'm getting kind of excited. So I want to keep this momentum moving. But yeah, very interesting, very fun. I'm glad that it's coming along the way it is. We've had some bumps on the way, but I think it's coming along. And it's quite a project, this. I hope it's not too boring for you. I hope you like... Oh, I just noticed you can actually see the eaves out the window like that. That actually feels good. I like that. Good detail. Good detail. But yeah, I hope it's not too boring or anything. I know it's not exactly like, an Alien World Adventure series, but I am hoping you guys are liking it. It's all fun. So, yeah. I think we've made some really good progress today, and I'm excited to see where it goes next time. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is your buddy, Dr. Oddfellow, signing out. Hope you enjoyed the build, and hopefully next time we can get even more done. It's a lot of process making a pretty build, and yeah, and eventually, like I said, don't forget that when we get the whole thing done, we're going to I'm going to make a how-to video about how to build it, right? So you guys take care, stay safe, see you later, and bye-bye.